Bitcoin, beginner's guide to the bull market and life-changing wealth. That's that. Bitcoin crypto morning tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramouches. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto market where the sun's shining, where the winds play. All the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni bringing the The FOMO index has jumped down to 55 from yesterday's 64. Bitcoin dominance is 53.1%. 24-hour volume is 62 billion. The overall market cap, 2.27 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, the market moved slightly, not in the direction we hoped or with the veracity we're used to, but we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action, well, she had a little dump. Carved out another lower high, continuing the probability of this downward trending channel, which could lead to a rejection back down to first the 50% fib at 63.4, and if she's so darn tootin', possibly a retest of our channel support, which is also the 61.8% fib down at 60.8. Lord love a dark, she didn't do just that. After struggling to get up and over the 20 moving average, price action threw up its hands in bearish defeat and headed down first to retest our channel of eternal monotony support. Carving out a massive fail, she broke through it, finding a bottom and a bounce at 60.8, right on the nose, and has feathered up slightly to a time of production, 61K, placing us once again underneath all three moving averages and outside of our channel of eternal monotony and into the hands of the loving volume express elevator channel of chaos. Some dicey fibs we may or may not catch some bounces on, or at first the 50% fib down at 60.5. Failing that, we have the loving arms of the 61.8% fib, the goldenest of golden ratios. And if she's so darn tootin', we could see 58.2 eke its bearish head into the dinner party. My heartbreakingly bullish outlook for today would be just to get back into this channel of monotony, maybe retesting the 20 moving average, which is also the 23.6% fib, up at 62.7. And if we're going to range, I'd like to range up here rather than down there, because down there things can get bearish fast. Now over on the ding dong, you can see we had a textbook retest and bounce off of our channel support line, which is also the 61.8% fib. Now I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't hold and we dipped down to retest our channel of descension support line down at 57.2 now. If she does hold, which is just as plausible. After all, we are just ranging in oblivion. So up and down, it's just biz as usual. I wouldn't be surprised to retest the 20 moving average, which is also the 50% fib up at 63.2. And if she's so bullishly darn tootin', Why not? Even the 38.2% fib up at 5.9, which is our channel of dissension's resistance. Even if all these probabilities come true from high to low, it would all just be forgettable numbers and a forgettable range, because the only thing that matters is price action getting over and closing a candle up at 71.6 or higher. Because everything underneath that is just pinning the tail on this donkey's range. It's aimlessly swinging at a piñata with a blindfold on. It's, well, you get the picture. It's just a range within a range within a range within a range. Would you look at that, my friends? The sun's up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us are guaranteed, yet we're lucky enough to have anyway. So get out there, knock 'em dead, and remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected leads. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee. Join me for a quick one, and by all means, sing it with me now. Or on the banks of boom to spank, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, whoa. Cha-cha-cha-ching. Range within a range within a range within a range. Holy smokes. What a range. 61.5. Say, you know, well, we're not underneath 60. That's a good thing. If we get underneath 60, well, we might be having a different conversation about something a little more bearish. Something was going wrong. I was wondering for my, what is it? What is this thing called? Chrome. My Chrome's been acting funny, and I've restarted the computer. I've done all the things that you should do, and it's just laggy because I have the comments coming up from Ecamm on time. But then the comments coming on YouTube are all staggered, and then they get tick, 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 and they'd all kind of come at the same time. So I was wondering if it was laggy on YouTube. I don't watch it on YouTube. I watch it from Ecamm. So I'm not sure. If any of you are having trouble with Chrome, let me know. Or is it just this computer? I can't pimp this computer out anymore. It's actually the last thing you can do. Mark Dutch, join pianomattyb in the free Discord. That's right. The Discord. Learning what a Discord is. Interesting. I kind of enjoy it. Just basically like a little group chat, I suppose. If it's more than that, let me know. But from what I've made from it, it's a little bit like a group chat. Blame it on the China hackers. See that? I got that one before I have it in YouTube. So I have two separate things going on now. Like it isn't complicated enough to run a live stream. Mark Dutch, show Maddie some love by hitting that like button. Misco says his internet is out watching using his mobile network. Oh, interesting. I thought it was maybe just this. I noticed yesterday my whole internet was slow, and I thought it was just this computer. But then I went to the computer over there, which is where the piano is. And again, it was slow, but then it was on Chrome, so I thought it was Chrome. What do I know? Just a piano player from Canada trying to make this darn YouTube channel grow. I'm not big on Discord. It's great some ways. I'm just getting older, says Curtis Neal. I didn't even know what Discord was till about a month ago. But now I'm on it every day. Within my own, I don't go to anyone else's Discord. But maybe I'll venture into there. Like I need one more social media to look at. Let's see here. Look what we did. Lord love a duck. We already hit this 60.5. Get this bigger so you can actually see it. I don't need the dictionary.
Don't need the dictionary. 60.5 lower. Oh, no, 60.6. Just over it. We didn't hit the 50% fib. And now we've bounced up. We need to get back up to, let's extend this gal. There we go. We need to get back up there. We don't want to be in this channel. This channel is the express elevator of bearish chaos. Anything can happen. That's when, if we do see dips, that's where we're going to dip. So we got to get back up and above here. Look, we got the 20 moving average careening down to cross bearish over the 50. Now, if we do a little backtracking on that move, the last time, people aren't going to like this one. The last time the 20 moving average crossed bearish over the 50 on the 4-hour chart, it's right here. And what did we see before she went back? A 12% dip. A 12% dip the last time the 20 moving average crossed the 50. Now, let's just play it out, shall we? If the 20 crosses bearish, let's call it right around here, and we were to see another 12% dip from there, I'm not saying it will, just saying it has, and maybe it can. 12% dip from there, egads. 54K. Now, interesting thing about 54K is we have over on the weekly, we put 54.4 a long time ago, which is roughly the goldenest of golden ratios, the 61.8% fib. So 54.4, that's a double word bearish score. Now, I didn't even catch this earlier today when I was doing the TA because I didn't really notice how careening the 20 moving average was coming under the 50. But this is what happens in this range. We're just ranging within a range within a range. Nothing ends up happening in this range. We just kind of go up and down. People lose their minds when it goes down a bit. And then people get extra impatient if it goes up a bit. They're not really happy it went up. They're more sad it didn't go up enough. And so then it goes down a bit more. People lose their minds a little bit more. That being said, where we are now, I don't need the dictionary. It's not coming up for you. Every time I click on it, the dictionary pops up. We were, what was this, last Wednesday? Or 2 Wednesdays, 2 weeks ago, we were way down here at 56. Now that's $2,000 away from 54. Not the craziest. It's not crazy to think that we could get back down there. And listen, we could go back down there multiple times before we actually break out of what's going on here. What is going on here? This massive range. This massive downward range, which generally breaks bullish, but we've been talking about this forever. This is, where's the arrow? Where's the arrow? This is essentially lower highs. That's why I said on the video, until we close a candle. Where's old Jeremy? Yeah, there he is. Till we close a candle up here. So you go to where is he? Oh, there he is. Yeah, Jerome Powell. Until we close a candle above 71.6, we're really doing nothing. You can tell. People have had it. In the when I watch other YouTube videos, it's like all the creators are like saying, I know, everyone's bored, everyone's leaving, nobody cares. I get that. I can feel it. For some reason, you become a little bit of an internet empath when you make videos, because you really feel based on people's attention, whether they're in or out, whether they're watching or not watching, what the sentiment is. It's like you can feel it in your stomach, how people are feeling. And obviously you can tell with the views. Right now we have 74. Usually we have about 100. So that's a 25% less people watching Bitcoin today. And that's the year That's how you can, that's the biggest sentiment you could ever check is the views on these YouTube channels. You know, if you watch bigger channels, you'll notice them saying, whoa, I only got 3,000 viewers on when normally they have about 6,000. So that's the instant check for sentiment is viewers on YouTube. And until it kind of gets up, and I actually think we won't see anything improve until that 71.4. Let's draw that in so we all know what we're talking about here. 71.4. Where is that? 71.4-ish. Until we hit that. Where's Jerome going? He always disappears. I thought I had him looped. 71.4. Yes. Until that happens, I don't really expect anything to really explode sentiment-wise, retail-wise. I don't think people will be aping in to the Bitcoin ecosphere until we have those larger candle closes above this range. Now, this range it's been taking a long time, you know, since, when was this? Is March 13th. So almost 2 months ago in this downward range. That's a long time. I mean, we've gone longer. Geez, I don't even want to check in with what those, when we were in the 20Ks, I think it was about 6 months. 6 months of this. But for some reason, I feel now the sentiment's even lower than it was when it was in the 20s. Because in the 20s, there was a sense of impending euphoria. We all know better down there. We all know, obviously, the price is going to go up. But when it goes up to 73, above all-time highs, everyone was like, yeah, and what? And what? All-time highs before the halving. And then retail was like, and now what? Well, now we're going to go sideways and down for the next 6 months. See you later. 6 months later. Over on the Wookiee, the line of doom, the squiggly line of doom. Look at that, right at this week's wick, right at the 38.2% Fibonacci. That's it. This is the only data I ever go on is Fibonacci's and supply and demand, support and resistance. That's it. That's it. Anything outside of it is just a little bit of noise. If you were just to focus on the Fibonacci's and support and resistance, you could probably tell where the price is going. Now, doesn't mean it's going to go every time. It's just probabilities that these. Where were we talking in the Discord yesterday about the Fibonacci's and music, and how I always say everything comes back to the 61.8% fib, the goldenest of golden ratios. And if that was to, this button's not working. Yeah, it is. If that was to play out musically, because music is math and Fibonacci's are just math, I want you to listen to the chord progression of Don't Stop Believing. I'm not really going to play because I don't want to get flagged for no reason and miss out on the $3 that this stream will pay. But this is the minor sixth. That's the 61.8% fib. That's the 61.8% fib. Now, doesn't it make sense how it goes up and then it comes down before resetting? Where does it reset to? Back to C. Interesting, isn't it? 61.8% fib. If there isn't the goldenest of golden ratios in a chord pattern, whether it's melodically with the voice or the chords, it's probably not going to be a massive hit. But all those massive hits are there. Now, sometimes a chord, you can invert this. So this is starting with a major. You can invert it and start it with the minor. That's the 61.8% fib. So can you hear how the 61.8% fib musically wants to reset and resolve back to it. Here it comes. It's like the end of the passage. It's not going to go anywhere else but back. That's the fascinating thing about the 61.8% fib. Well, folks, Duke is off to the doctor today. We decided to just check if everything's okay with the old lungs, because he's been coughing. He's much better. Like, Dad would take him to school, but between the mom and the nanny, it looks like they want to do something a little bit more just to be on the safe side. So he's off to the walk-in clinic. Doesn't want it. So when he was being asked, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Well, I'm coughing." I'm like, "Well, coughing means we got to go to the doctor." "Oh no, I didn't mean coughing. I mean I feel okay." I'm like, okay, well, we'll see about that. So whether the little Dickens is going to come, I gave him the choice to come down because he is feeling okay. But now Nanny's here, so his grandma's here. Whenever I say nanny, some people say, "Oh, it must be nice to have a nanny." I'm like, well, it's just another name for grandma. Bruce Mai sounds like it's time for antibiotics. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not a big fan of any of, like, obviously if it's not getting better and it needs, if it's a bacterial infection, yeah. But until then, I don't like throwing pharmaceuticals at him, especially when he's so young, because he's so resilient. These little gaffers can do anything. Oh, my YouTube is all seized up on Chrome. These little gaffers are so resilient when it comes to their immune system. It's just like, let the immune system hash itself out before we do anything really drastic. Antibiotics aren't fun, says Wick. Yeah, I think it wreaks a lot of havoc with the old gut biome, if I'm not mistaken. Why are you worried about antibiotics? I'm not. I would just rather him use his immune system before he gets any drugs, because I think it could probably do the trick. However, if it gets worse, I'll use all the antibiotics in the world if it makes him get better. But I don't really think he's that thick. But this, like I said yesterday, when it's someone else is sick, I don't believe they're sick. When I'm a little bit sick, I'm obviously dying. That's how far my channel goes from thinking someone isn't sick to me actually being sick. Save antibiotics for when you really need them. Yeah, I have a friend who's never taken any antibiotics. He's 53, had some major health issues too, and he's never taken an aspirin or antibiotics ever, which is crazy. So I think I've been on antibiotics probably, 4 or 5 times in my whole life. First time was for mononucleosis, the kissing disease. In my case, it was a water bottle disease from my volleyball team. We all got it. Someone must have been kissing somebody. But if you've ever had mono, what do they call it? The kissing disease or the sleeping disease? I basically slept for 2 weeks straight. Now, if I were to get mono now and I slept for 2 weeks straight, I'd instantly think, well, obviously I'm dying if I'm sleeping for 2 weeks. But when you're young like that, nothing phases you. It's 2 weeks away from school. That's what Duke really likes, is that it's 2 weeks. He's been out of school. Well, he went on Monday, but he's been out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. He's missed jiu-jitsu. And he's not too disappointed with what he's missing. He's actually pretty happy. He's like, I can get used to this. And the thing is, so see, now I'm getting all these comments all at once. Let me, Squeaky McGee. This is what I think. I'm dying every day. At least I tell my girlfriend that. She keeps saying I'm not. She's been right so far. Yeah, till she isn't right, Squeaky? Then you can say, I told you. You see? Well, no, you don't want to say I told you so on that one. I remember hearing about mono. Yeah, mono ripped through my volleyball team in grade 10. In grade 10, there's a little backstory on pianomattyb in grade 10. And when I was 15 in grade 10, I was 5'2". And my mom and sister secretly were like begging the gods of genetics. I was like, please let little Matty grow. We don't want him to be a short guy. He's very short. And I didn't mind being short. I didn't know any better. I was like the short, cute kid kind of, right? But I hadn't really hit puberty. I was a late bloomer. And then between the end of volleyball season, which was in November, till grade 11 volleyball in September, I grew a foot. When I came back in grade 11, a 6'2". And so I played on the varsity volleyball as a grade 11er because I was now one of the tallest guys on the team, kind of, but I was the setter, so I was very tall for a setter. Plus, I had long hair, so I went from short little cute kid to 6'2" hippie weirdo. So that's a little history lesson on pianomattyb, hitting puberty, 15 to 16. Plus, I also didn't have my voice didn't change like you know in the movies where it cracks up and everything like that. It just slowly went down. Slowly. In about 12 months, that is. But it never really busted. Now my nephew's voice, which is always kind of sad. He's 14, so obviously things are going to change. His voice is changing. So I hear him in the background sometimes on the phone. I'm like, who's that? Like, his name's Christian. He's like, that's Christian. Like, holy shit, his voice is getting lower. I don't like that. I don't like these, because these kids, my nephew and niece are just little kids. And then, 2 years go by and they enter the teens, and now they're getting pretty big. Actually, he's tall. He's 5'11" and he's 14. Now, I think he's going to be about 6'5". All I want for Christian and Duke is to be taller than me. I'd love for Duke to be taller than 6'2", 6 foot. But his mom's side is very short, so there is some genetics that's working against them. Septashana, pianomattyb, would you go back, change anything in high school? No, I didn't really go to high school for that. I lived right behind, there was my high school, and then there was a forest with a trail in between, and then my house. And so I never really went to high school. I probably went to about 1/3 of it. I graduated from high school, but I never went to it because people would come over on their spares. So, and then when I'd be leaving to go to my class, someone else would come over. There'd be a spare, and I'd be like, I might as well just stay here. So one spare leads to another. Next thing you know, I haven't been at school for a week. And back then, I would just write notes. I would write notes as my mom. Yes, this is blah, 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 blah. My son, Matt, won't be in school today. Or for the past 4 days, he's ill. And so I would just write my notes. And plus, then we used to get these automated phone calls where it'd be like the phone would ring on a landline, remember? And you'd answer it. I know it was right around 5 o'clock, 5:30. So I would always catch it. And I'd pretend I'm on the phone because it was just a pre-recorded thing. Your son and or daughter has missed one or more classes today or this week. So I would pick it up and just go, hey, yeah, 7-Eleven? Okay, yeah, like 15 minutes? Okay, sure, click, boom. And that was it. That was how I missed 70% of high school. I also had high school clocked because what I would do is I would go to the first day unit outline. Let's call it Monday. They say, well, and they'd always do a unit outline. This is what we're going to learn in this, 10 days. And then they'd schedule it out. And then this is when the test is for this unit. And we'll have a unit review the day before. So let's call it 2 Fridays from there. So I'd go Monday, wouldn't go back till Friday, do the unit review in class just to know what's actually on the test, because that's basically what they're doing. Write the test, boom, I'm out. Thank you. Happy graduation. Useless high school for me anyway. Although I had a lot of fun. I had older friends, so that's another reason why I never went to school, because they weren't in school. They were already graduated, so they'd pick me up in their dad's massive car, and we'd go to 7-Eleven all afternoon. Beats going to high school. Anyway, let's see if this market can move today. We can get some action, or this will be maybe one of the most boring weeks we've had in the market, just kicking around 61 to 63. pianomattyb, your TA is good for trade 5. Please incorporate liquidation levels for Bitcoin. Well, you'd have to look at, in order to get liquidation levels, it's not too hard. You know, usually liquidation levels, there's a glass node that you can check for that. But they're all your stop losses, right? Because these exchanges, they know where your take profits and your stop losses. And if anyone tells you that they don't know, and that's crazy, well, I think they're misinformed, because that's how they make money, is in liquidation. So when you put in a stop loss on your trading, which I don't suggest anyone trades, they know where it is and they take it out. I mean, it couldn't be easier. It's like taking candy from a baby. That's why, unless you're an absolute pro, I suggest never doing that. Trading, that is, because you're up against robots. And when you're not up against robots, you're up against people who know where your stop loss is. It's just probably robots. It's not like there's some geek there who knows, look at this. Kuza can bump its take profits here and his stop loss. It's just bots. So if you think you're better than bots, all the best to you. I just don't think it's possible to be better than bots these days, even as a massive pro. I think pros are the only real pros out there now are whales that can actually push the market around. And if they can't push the market around, they're just buying dips. Buying dips, DCA is the way, as Misco says. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the likes. Thank you for the shares. See you tomorrow.
Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video.